The raw opinion. The raw opinion was, how do you feel about in today's society? Is it cool for a man to cry or show his emotions? You know what I'm saying? In today's society, like, what do you think about that? Like,
it's not in today's society. This is always how it's been. There's people from India that will cry about some shit, that'll cry for a movie or some shit. You know, that's their culture. It's okay. There's there's countries in Africa where, you know what I'm saying, dudes hold hands and shit. They're not gay or nothing and shit. They sit close to each other. They're not gay or nothing. They cry at certain shit, you know, at your stories that you tell and shit. You know what I'm saying? But not in America, because, you know what I'm saying, even, like I said, even back in the 20s or whatever and shit, you know what I'm saying, the John Wayne days and all that right there, if, you know, you're the strength of it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta cry, because if I sit up there as my family, I'm the strong head of the unit, and if I'm crying, oh, we lost this war, whatever the fuck we going through. If we done lost the job and daddy crying, that means we lost. You got everything gonna be okay. You cry in the bathroom by yourself while you in the shower. You know what I'm saying? You are not to show weakness, because you are the strength. You are the general. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hold this shit down and shit, and that's how it is even to this day. That's why somebody gotta die. Your mama gotta die. Your kid gotta die. Somebody gotta be in the hospital for it to be okay for you to cry or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you cry because some woman left you, punk ass nigga over there crying for a motherfucking bitch and shit, like, you ain't been in that same situation. You just cry in closet, motherfucker. That's all. Get your out the way. I'm sensitive. I wear my heart on my sleeve. If some shit is sad, some shit is fucking sad and shit. You know what I'm saying? I will have a tear jerker and shit. I don't give a fuck who. I'm a person and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm lying. I am lying, because I never showed that with my daughters. I never, ever with my kids and shit. Everything is
girl see you cry.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, even though Daddy, how come such and such and such and such? You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
you like that?
You know, I don't know. You gotta hold that in, and then you go in your room and it flashes back over. You know they ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying? You like, damn, I know this and shit, but I'm trying to have faith in, you know. So you gotta do that in your room and shit, you know, because you're the strength of it.
It's a woman.
You a fail.
It's a woman on here that's going to say, they can cry, men can cry, boys can cry. We can't be bothered by that, bro. We can't listen to that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They teach you that when you're young and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, that no lie. That was rule number like 12 in my household.
Better not cry.
No, it ain't even that. Crying just make your face wet. That's one thing you cannot buy. I can fall asleep to a kid crying and shit. And you can get your face wet. No, you're not about to eat brownies and cookies and, you know what I'm saying, for breakfast. No, you can't go outside, it's raining and shit. No, you can't grab that out of the store. And I want it. I hate you parents that sit up there and you get in an argument with a fucking 2-year-old and you lose. Okay, here, just take it. He just won a fucking argument. That's why he's always gonna cry. I don't give a fuck. I want some juice. It's past 2 o'clock. It's past 7 o'clock. No child that's in a pamper that's trying to get potty trained is getting nothing to drink in my household after 7 o'clock. Once you use the bathroom, you gonna sleep through the night because you ain't got shit in you and shit. I fall on deaf ears. Your face is just wet.
I was just talking about that, like creating those boundaries, like where kids go. When we grew up, you couldn't just go in the refrigerator. You couldn't just, none of that shit hang in the refrigerator. And I'd be like, nah, you gotta teach them.
I don't want to cut you off, but I didn't want to seem villain. I didn't want to assume to be a villain, because the only reason why I did this, that if I am to hear you cry, it's because you fell out of that treehouse. You know what I'm saying? You fell off your bike. You know what I'm saying? Give me a reason. You fell out them steps and there's a knot right here. You know what I'm saying? But because you can't have juice, that's no reason to cry. And I will break it out your kid by ignoring your cry. I will make fun of you crying.
And that's where I'm going. Where my granddaughter even come and I just be looking at shit how my grandma and them was like, no, hell no. Wash your hands before you go in that refrigerator. But cause my granddaughter get to crying or she don't get something to eat from after school, and if it ain't McDonald's, if it ain't some shit, I be like, that right there made me not want to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you crying? Oh my God. Even my youngest daughter, she do the shit too, but she'll be crying. She'll call me like 100 times. But I'm like,
I'll be little.
That's like, what?
I'm like, I ain't never
You're not getting that shit. You better look and see what's at the crib. Ain't nothing there. Well, goddamn it. You were hungry
You
then.
should hear me cutting hair, and some of them boys be so terrified, and they be crying. I'm like, I ain't never heard Thor cry. Look at you, right? You never gonna be a superhero and shit. Like if you was a superhero, your superpowers would be to glow in the dark. Are you afraid of butterflies? You know what I'm saying? Then why are you scared of some clippers? I just put the clippers on your nose, on your stomach, and all that right there, right? And you still crying right there, like you're a victim. You're always gonna be. I shame you out of it. You know what I'm saying? I should be stronger than that.
I remember when my dad cut my hair one time back in the day, slapped the shit out of me. Like I was crying, like, oh, acting like fool. That nigga, boy, quit that shit. I ain't cried since.
I ain't had no dad in my life at all. I had to do that to myself because I always say my mom was abusive. I don't give a fuck what she saw, TV, antenna. I don't give a fuck what it was. You get your ass whooped with it and shit. And I was 12 years old and I was like, okay, Paul, she got that big thick ass belt that don't fit no loop in the whole fucking house. They got a permanent bend in it. You know what I'm saying? You the first person that's getting ass whooping out. She gonna whoop all three of y'all because nobody confessed to something. So that means the innocent is getting whooped and everything. And I'm the first person, you know what I'm saying? Because at a room is it. So the first person will get the longest one and shit. And it just hit me when I was 12. Like, just because you, okay, she's not gonna stop. So you might as well just sit there because you look dumb as fuck jumping over. Okay, mommy. Okay, mommy. My sister used to pass out. That didn't work. My mom was still beating that shit out. You ain't pass out, bitch. Get your motherfucking ass up. So that's what taught me. And guess what her rebuttal was? Because it was like a pack. I might as well just sit here and just take it. That don't hurt, motherfucker. That don't hurt. And she just answered, and she would turn her ring. So when the diamond show and shit right here, she would arrange that right here, and then she stuck the brass knuckles. Yes, basically, you made brass knuckles out of you, and that's when she really started. Then they started to pick shit up because I'm not about to cry, and so that's why, like, even when I was in school, if somebody did this to me, like, I don't have to jump because if you're gonna hit me, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna hit me. But if you're not, I'm gonna look stupid doing this, like how I'm with my mom and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you could possibly do to me that my mom ain't already did. You can't hit me harder than my mom. You know what I'm saying? We ate. You can't. What the fuck? And she got weapons.
I did that because that's how. I remember one time my granddad. He was the realest nigga. He was like I told you. That's what I thought a man was. That's what I think a man is. You know, and then there's some add-on shit. You know, going through life. But I remember one time it was me and my 3 cousins. No, 4. It was me, Keisha, Jamela, Janae, and Jerry, right? We all, or I could say their names, Heavy Duty, Glory 1, Glory 2, Pretty Mac. You know what I'm saying? And so we all wasn't supposed to leave the yard. He leave and shit like, no, leave the yard. So we like, all right, granddad, we ain't gonna leave. So we did leave like a little bit after he left. We went down to Nikki Stewart's house. In Nikki Stewart's house, her grandma used to give us all the treats. Here, the fruit. You know, I don't know if she thought we was like the broke kids, because we wasn't. You know what I mean? We were just down there playing with Nikki.
Women have pride if you just said, when you get over here, you don't ask for shit.
Yeah.
If they ask you if you're hungry, you say you already ate. Like, don't act neat.
But no, it would be us. They lived on the same block, so we used to go down there and play at her house and shit all at the same time. So her grandma, they had a grapevine in their yard and shit. Like, it was on the same block, but it was, you know, she was just being nice. It was hospitable. So she would like, here go bananas and cookies and shit like that, let us have that. But we wasn't supposed to leave. But we went down there knowing we could get down there and get some snacks or something like that going over her house. But my granddad was like, y'all better not leave that backyard. So I left early. Like, went down there, I don't know what I got, Vittle, apple, grapes, anything, I don't know. I went ahead and left early. Because he wasn't gone that long. Then they come back. No, they ain't come back yet either. Don in the house eating a bowl of cereal. Right? Me, Don, sitting in the living room, sitting there. My granddad come in the house.
I don't care how long. I've always known Don to have a Ned Flanders mustache. You know what I'm saying? Not even Ned Flanders, like Monsanto, a Snoop Dogg.
But he ain't say nothing. Don just kicked it and just chilled, right? And knew what the outcome was going to be. So we sitting there, we kicking it, and then my granddad come in. So I just got back a few minutes ago because I knew like that nigga was going to pop back up. So he, where the rest of them kids at? Down to Nikki's. They down to Nikki's. So he go get them. Tell him I get their ass down here. Get their ass down here. So I go down to Nikki's and get them. We all come back and I'm laughing like, bring that back. Bring that to get down here now. So everybody come back in the house, come through the back door. He make everybody line up and say, whoever go last get the most licks. Right. I ain't getting no whooping, though I was part of the corporate to get us to go down to Nikki's house, right? So I step back down over there laughing.
That means you told on everybody.
I did.
on everybody.
I can't have no choice. I wasn't getting no whooping. That nigga hit hard.
God, you was there too.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I don't know where the fuck Guy was. I don't remember Guy being nowhere in the building. He might have been fucking with Freddie somewhere on bikes.
Somebody better cry in the story.
But it is. It's a crowd. That's my whole point. Is first person step up. Jamila stepped up like I go first. She used to always be tough. And then Eric Keisha crying her fucking eyes out. Jamila and Jerry, Janae and Jerry just there like, you know, they don't know. They just walking around, standing there like, I don't want no whooping, Grandpa. But Keisha crying, Jamel like, I want one first. I'm over here laughing over here, sitting on the couch with Don. And then my granddad said, he just gave everybody a pass, like, fuck it. He started laughing, like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was gonna whoop our ass, but then chose not to. That was enough lesson. He felt like motherfuckers were sorry. Or, I don't know.
I know it's a lot of women don't appreciate a dude for crying, weak ass motherfucker, weak ass. I don't give a fuck if I watch this movie 17 times over and over again. When it comes to this part, God is trying to tell you something right now. God, I'm not gonna make no noises when I cry.
That make you cry?
But you're gonna see it right here. See, Daddy, God bless the sinners too. You know what I'm saying? The color purple right there. When she do that walking and God is trying, and you can't, it's overpowering his band and all that shit right there. And he's like, who the fuck is that? That bitch coming to my motherfucking church. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get teary-eyed. It come down there right there. Daddy, you just, hey, mind your business.
I'm gonna tell you, before my dad passed, I used to didn't cry for real at all about shit. Like I would have my personal feelings about things and stuff like that. But when my dad passed, bro, you catch me crying about the wind blowing like, oh my God.
I used to never go to funerals because, like, it was uncomfortable for me. First of all, I'm never crying at a funeral. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? If I go to funerals and if I love you, because I know you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you may see me laughing or some shit. I'm thinking of all the funny ass shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna think of and shit. Like, I'm not crying and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just gonna, like I told myself, it's just gonna make my face wet. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know, I may be at a funeral like shit. And that's uncomfortable to do when you're doing that because I'm remembering some shit that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a close friend of mine, and when he passed away, I did one of them laughs because I remember the episode where when projects and somebody walked to KFC that's on Livingston and Livingston and Parsons and back. And this person was a fast walker. He walked to the store for everybody out there in projects right there, and your food was still fucking hot. But this person wanted, in one of his orders, he wanted a large iced tea, and it didn't have enough sugar in there. Nigga, you live right there. One of the houses put some fucking sugar in it, but you didn't. You poured something out, and then you pissed in it, right? And there was a little kid that you gave this to. What? You know what I'm saying? And then the little brothers came, and they was like, give me some, no, it's mine. And then the grandma said, hey, come here. Since y'all gonna argue over it, here. Can't none of y'all have it. And like, good kid. I'm like, you are fucking monsters.
That is a monster.
So how do you not, like, if that image of all of those images is happy and fun times and shit, that's just, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a funny nigga, so I'm like, I got a bunch of funny moments with you, like with everybody and shit. So at a funeral, I will do one of those chuckles and shit, and it's uncomfortable if ain't nobody in your world.
Right. Dealing with your shit, how you deal with it.
Yeah.
Because I used to just be like, I don't know, it just used to seem kind of numb a little bit. Because I've seen somebody dead in front of me at a young age. You know what I'm saying? And it was like for a long time, I used to, it wasn't like I was trying to be hard or nothing. I used to just be like, You know what I'm saying? And it's like, shit. But my daughters, even at a younger age, when I, like my kids, I had my first two daughters really young. And I wasn't probably as emotional as I am today with my youngest. And she don't even give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
I want to cut somebody out on here when you're done with this.
But I was just saying, like, she don't even give a damn. But, I just try to be there. Because when my dad died, it just seemed like that opened up a whole new, like, some new shit. Like, it just opened me up to a different world of emotions and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I don't think nothing wrong with a motherfucker crying today. I mean, if you can get in touch with your emotions and be able, it may help you take care of something or deal with something better than you would at other times at a younger age or whatever. Because if we had it when we was younger, it'd really be some different shit going on.
I want to take this time to say, fuck you, Daryl Ringer. Daryl Ringer, fuck you. And I'm telling everybody this because your reactions is not that of normal motherfuckers and shit. Nigga, you had a stroke at work. You know what I'm saying? And you told me the details of the shit of how it was happening and what was going on and how helpless you were. And then you get out of the hospital to go buy a boat motor. There's some other shit you're supposed to do besides, hey, I'm looking for a boat motor. And when the fuck you get out the hospital? Like, I don't know, probably 30 minutes ago. Nigga, you supposed to be trying to go, like, what do I do to eat right and to this right here? It was just like you fell on the steps or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that little jerky little tear shit came down my fucking eye. You know, I was at work. I have no pride.
I've definitely been salty.
The pride y'all got is not the pride I got.
Because they're one of my mans too.
Yeah.
And knowing that before you telling me that it's doing me some shit like that too, because we young niggas too still.
So if y'all seem like Daryl, get up on that.
Yeah.
Cause you ain't Superman and shit. And then ironically, you know what I'm saying, his ex-wife, you know what I'm saying, put up a post about somebody passing away and the name was Daryl. And Saku called me and was like, hey man, your dude, you know what I'm saying, Pat Daryl Ringer, he passed away. His wife just, I said, get the fuck out of here, obituary. You know, that was quick as fuck. I just talked to him and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm calling him. This is when the fair was going on. And he's not answering. You know what I'm saying? His shit going straight to voicemail over and over and over again. So I call his sister and her funky ass ain't answering her shit either. You know what I'm saying? And right there with my grandson, and I'm walking, we gotta walk all that way from the parking to the fair and shit. And that shit is coming down and shit like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, so by the time the fair was over, he wanna fucking answer the phone and shit. He was like, you was sad, what? You thought I was out of here. You cried and looked. That's fuck you, nigga. Like,
it sound like you too. Just like one word answers and shit.
Yeah,
like
so we got a little funny. Like, we'll turn some sad shit into some funny shit. You know what I'm saying? But when you see Daryl, make sure he up on his shit. Trying to keep that a secret from society. Who told you, Paul? How you find that? It don't matter. I just want to know who know my business. Nigga, you collapsed. Everybody around you saw that. Like, that Daryl Ringer. Yeah, that's Daryl Ringer.
Damn, we gotta stay healthy, my guys.
Because I don't. I'm trying. Ain't nothing healthy about me.
I'm trying.
I had Happy Pizza on the way here. Don't nobody take care of me. I'm not gonna take care. I want somebody to take care of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to be taking care of every goddamn. I only took care of 3 people and my kids and shit, but
maybe if you pay a bill, they'll be there for you.
Because I know I did have a taste for some greens.
I want something different on me.
Some chicken from Marfim's Kitchen.
Ain't nobody.
When ain't no ingredients missing.
Listen.
I want a brisket.
Brisket.
I like my cornbread.
This thing.
Pick up the phone,
come get this.
Because they got the biggest sandwiches. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Is that macaroni and cheese? Yup. Is that macaroni and cheese? Yup. Is that macaroni and cheese? Yup. Yup.
Our famous kitchen. Holler at us. We got you. 614-556-2174. Life should be relaxing, but it's not. Sometimes we have to create our own enjoyment with many different creme brulee flavors such as blackberry plum, strawberry rose, peach, and pomegranate mango. Also, don't forget lemon haze and berry beautiful. Kick up your feet and enjoy the taste. Creme velour flavors. Drake Imperial Grape. Holler at us. Creme velour, my lord.
I wish I could see his handwriting. It's like he wrote that with his feet. Like, how do you read that shit?
I write in graffiti, my guy.
Like a never-ending story.
Pen, a pencil, a marker. Anyway, I'm not from New York, but I write in graffiti.
Sucker MCs keep walking and talking, trying to show how black people are walking. But I don't walk this way to portray or reinforce stereotypes of the day. Like all my brothers eat chicken and watermelon, talk broken English and drug selling. About hip-hop, melody of scholar rock. That used to be my favorite rapper, too.
He was too. When it got, I didn't even hear Criminal Minds till I heard the first album. Then I heard Criminal Minds. I'm on it, I'm on it, I'm